I'm a way better about keeping my crash outs together. So whenever I do hit the ceiling about something, y'all niggas deserve it.
I almost whooped his ass with my tray. I threw everything off my tray, bro. I was B team, but nigga, I was the B team star.
Next thing you know, we drinking, we having a good time, we chatting.
You said
Time
what?
to get into Hulu.
Hulu.
Time to get
Hulu
into
and do you.
Hulu.
Yeah, do you.
Oh no!
Yo, welcome to the Ivy Club podcast. It's your boy Frank Polk IV, and you know I got my girl Just with me. That's all you got for the people?
That's all I got for y'all. Y'all be here enough.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Anyways, this is episode 009. This is episode 9 of the Ivy Club podcast, man. And today I want to talk about crash outs, y'all. You know, we have intentional, chaotic crash outs sometimes, but right, sometimes
Just be like that sometimes.
You just need a crash out, right?
It just be like that sometimes. I do feel like crashing out is self-care though. Okay? Because sometimes a nigga just had enough. And you got to put that somewhere.
Yeah.
You know?
And I feel like most crash outs are valid, if not all.
I think so, low-key.
Either way, no matter what you did, no matter what your archetype is of type of crash out, it's always valid. It's always valid.
What's your archetype?
Huh?
I said, what's your archetype?
Oh, I will consider myself a silent spiral of crash out. You know, that's the type of crash out where, you know, you kind of I consider like when you flail your arms or when you just kind of like scream silently. That's the type of crash out I am. Like when you wake up in the morning. Remember when you used to wake up in the morning and your auntie and uncle? No, I mean at your mama house, and they wake you up for school, and then they walk out, and you just get in the bed and you just kind of like flail your arms all around. You're like, God damn, I don't feel like getting up and going to school. Like no, you know, it's just not. That's the type of crash out I am. And you actually don't even get to see that many of those my crash outs like that. Those spiral crash outs.
Okay.
What kind of crash out you have?
I'm trying to see if they have clear definitions, but
No, just
I think I'll just define myself. I have duality to me. Right? I feel like I'm the hot and the cold. Like I'm the hot, like we can just really stand up, see this through. You know? But I feel like I got the cold part too, where I'll just bow out quietly.
That's it. That's bow out quietly. Just
Bow out quietly.
Just disappear.
You know, because sometimes in my older age, I feel like I'm a way better about keeping my crash outs together. So whenever I do hit the ceiling about something, y'all niggas deserve it. You niggas deserve that.
Okay, so you come a long way.
My ducks is in a row. So if one of my ducks is not in a row, whatever happens next is on you. I'm so sorry.
Okay, so then what's your most memorable crash out?
I'm trying to think about one that won't get me uninvited to Thanksgiving. Because I be showing out. I had these roommates, and I had went to the doctor because I wasn't feeling well. And they told me that I was sick. Okay, cool. So I had told the girls, they were like, oh, you know, did you ever get everything squared away? I was like, yeah, girl. They just said I wasn't feeling good. I'm sick, so I'm about to be down bad. And so I went out to walk my dog, and they left out the house after me. They had family in town. They left at the house after me, and they locked me out the house. Okay, cool. Accidents happen. So I call, and I'm like, hey, y'all locked me out the house. They were going to this trampoline park that was around the corner from the house. And I was like, you know, y'all accidentally locked the door. Can y'all come let me in the house? And them girls told me no.
So
And they were like,
just gonna sit outside?
they was like, hop the balcony.
Was the balcony door open?
The balcony door was unlocked,
Oh.
but that's not the issue. The issue is that y'all was around the corner, and I have been chronically not feeling well. And then, like, it's your mistake. It was an accident, but it was your mistake. So just come fix it.
Nah, for sure.
Just come fix it.
For
But
sure.
they was funny acting. They had been funny acting. And that was just the window of opportunity. So I sat there, and I don't know what song just plays in your head before you crash out. But personally, mine is the Courage the Cowardly Dog. Whenever he trying to figure out how he about to save Muriel. And so I stood there for a second. And my boy, he was a baby at the time, so he's confused too, but he's a very intuitive kid. So he looking at me like, and I'm just, okay. So I got my stuff together. I packed my stuff up. I went to your place. And I had that apartment leased out to a whole stranger by the end of the week. Because if I would have stayed there, if I would have stayed there, it would have been a whole thing.
Damn.
And they was mad that they had to live with a stranger. But bitch, I'm mad that you bitches locked me out. So we're even.
Yeah.
If anything, y'all hoes got off light. But it's okay. It's all right.
Well, damn. Okay.
What's your crash out?
I'm trying to think now. I guess okay. I gotta remember one from when I was younger. I don't crash out too much, but because most of mine are usually from work. Mine are usually work, getting up for work, doing anything I don't want at work. But I'll give you one from a story when I was little. I woke up to go to school. I was probably like middle school. Then I come home. Normal day at school. Normal day at school. Nothing's wrong at school. But then I come home, right? And I used to have a homeboy that used to, you couldn't spend the night or whatever. He kind of lived with us to an extent. Like I had a homeboy that lived with us to an extent because his mom lived in a different city, but he wanted him to go to this school, and so we got his mail, like everything. We got his report cards, everything. So like it was like low key a brother, and um, man, it was Wednesday, and we had came home from school, chilled, ate, playing games, whatever, cooling. He was getting the air mattress out for him to chill out and lay down, and then in comes uh, a drunken stepdad.
Oh.
Yes, and I love him, but sometimes when you ain't feeling all the time. You wanna chill, you wanna go to sleep. But he came in on 10, on 12, 13. And when he get drunk, he don't know how to use the radio or none of that. He don't know how to use Bluetooth. He don't know none of that. So he wake us up in the middle of the night, 9, 10 p.m. Wake us up, and he sits there and he asks us to use the radio and just kind of telling us the same stories over and over again, the same drunken, stupid stories that we hear all over and over again, right? And then he gets this brilliant idea, bro. Every time we get a chance, we trying to fall asleep. Like, I'll go put a song on, go back, lay down, just like this. Hey, Julian, come put this song on. Okay, I walk out. I walk out, press this song, type it in, press the song, go back to sleep. But then, think of that. And then at the end of the night, probably like 12, he gets this brilliant idea. He comes in. He used to do this thing where he like come in and like jump on us like while we sleep. That was pretty funny. It was pretty funny. But listen, it was funny.
I value my sleep too bad. That would do something to me.
But that was kind of strike 2. Strike 3 is the crash out, and that was building up was his brilliant idea to go boar hunting in the country with his uncle. I was like, okay, we can do that. And then he's like, all right, get your shit. What you mean? I said, what you mean? And bro sent us to the country, 4-hour drive in the middle of the night on a school night to go boar hunting, quote unquote. But we ended up not even going boar hunting. We went out there with his uncle and we went fishing. Didn't catch shit. Then it got cold. So we slept in the car for a little bit and then the police came and knocked on the windows like, hey, y'all can't sleep here. So we left. I'm in the driver's seat too because I was the designated driver. And then, bro, so when I got home, the crash out was crazy. I didn't even go to school that day. I went to school. I went to school half throughout the day. Like I went the second half of the day because we drove back in the morning. And I got home and crashed out in the shower. I damn near slipped and fell. Spiral crash out. No one heard me. But that's my most memorable crash out right there. Like that was some crazy shit. That was a crazy night. Like I was like, okay,
You were so patient.
I am.
I wouldn't have made it at the house. I would have been acting up.
I try to be patient.
I would have been acting up in the hallway.
I try to be.
I remembered one while you was talking.
Mm-hmm.
I had a bully in elementary school.
Mm-hmm.
And I was a sweet kid. My mama is a sweet mother. She was like, tell her no, and then tell the teacher, and then go in if it come down to it. And so I was like, okay. And so everyone would always, I would tell her no, and she would pick and choose when she was my friend. So I was always confused. Like, are we ops or no? I can't tell. Okay. And so we would get into it. I would be like, leave me alone. And I would go tell the teacher, and they would be like, well, she's underprivileged. And I'm like, okay. Me too. Like, me too. What are we? Okay. And then I would just let her make it. I would let her make it. But we had mutual friends. And our mutual friends, like, equally loved the both of us. So they wasn't doing nothing to squash nothing, as I guess anybody could do in, like, elementary, right? So we go to middle school, and we get on the bus, and I'm sitting with one of my real good friends, and he and I got, like, we're sharing, like, the Skull Candy headphones, right? And so we were sitting here, we minding our business, and she's sitting in the seat in front of us on the bus, and she just get up and turn around, and she just open palm slap me, right? I was so like, and then that's when I realized that, like, when everything just get quiet right before you about to have your moment, that it's probably going to be, like, cataclysmic, low-key. And so, mind you, the bus is moving. This is a moving bus. Like, we on the highway.
Yeah.
And she slapped me. So I sat there for a second, and my friend I'm in the seat with is like,
Did you say the highway?
yeah,
Oh my God.
yes,
ahead, move
this
on.
is a moving bus.
I know, but like the highway, I ain't never had to go on the highway
Like
with
the
school
loop.
bus. But go ahead. Go
Right?
ahead.
It's the same thing.
Same difference.
Anywho, and so I'm sitting there, and I'm like, gagged. Because first of all, bitch, it is 7:30. And then, like, we ain't spoke all morning. I don't even understand what happened for real. But she had her hair braided up into, like, a ponytail. And I had to wrap around and just go in on her. They stopped the bus. It was real raggedy. And I called my mama, and she was like, go to the office and call me. Because at this point, my mama was waiting on me to, like, blow up on her. She was, like, my first real, like, altercation. And my mom was like, go to the office and call me. And so I did so because I'm not about to deal with her. And so she came, and it was a whole shebang. But she didn't want to fight me no more. That was our last tussle.
It's crazy because I have a similar story. Just real quick, and then we'll slide into it. But that was crazy. On a moving bus, is obviously
You know,
it's
and then
crazy.
that's when I really realized that it could really happen wherever.
I'm
okay with that.
And I got openly slapped in middle school too. Like, so I was in football, right? I wasn't like the best football player. I was decent. I was B team. I don't care. Niggas gonna talk shit. Niggas gonna talk shit on the thing. I was B team, but nigga, I was the B team star.
Okay.
I was the star B team. I was running niggas over. They didn't put me on A team because they knew I'd be a star on B team. Oh, they was like, you want to be third string or you want to be first string?
Play.
You know, but then the third string quarterback of the A team came up to me, bro, at lunch. I'm in the snack line because I was still cool with all the football players on A team. Like, I was cool with everybody. Like, all the black kids, we was all cool, bro. I'm talking my homeboy Malik, man. Yeah, I don't know if Malik remember me or...
If you see this, Malik.
You know the story, bro. You know the story. I'm sitting there, and it's a white boy third string receiver. Ass. He was ass. Anyways, but this man, I'm in the middle of a conversation with Malik, and this man comes up, tries to talk to Malik. I'm like, bro, what the fuck? I'm like, I'm right here. I'm trying to talk to. I'm already talking to him. You just interrupted our conversation. He said, shut up. I'm like, no. And then openly hand slaps me. And then, do you know what happened next, bro?
What happened?
The sparks, the fuel in my, like the fire in my eyes. I stared this nigga down. I was like, I just know he ain't serious.
Because is this real life, bro?
Like white folks are not scared of us no more. I mean, I know I was kind of short, but he just really not scared of me.
No.
So
you got to do what you got to do.
So what almost happened is I almost whooped his ass with my tray. I threw everything off my tray, bro. Like I dumped it. I just and I was about to hit that nigga with the tray until Malik stopped it.
Oh.
And then no one saw it. No one really saw it. They just seen shit like fall.
Yeah.
And so like
So you didn't get in
they just thought
trouble.
I like dropped all my stuff. So I didn't get in trouble. No. And then but then all throughout that whole day, people just talking about the shit that was going on. Like, oh my god, and they're getting a fight going. And so the one and only fight that I had in all of my middle school career, or really probably school career, I don't think I really had any like fights like this one, where everybody's like waiting to see it. That shit, they were like, wait to the locker room, and all the black folks, they knew that I was finna whoop this boy ass. Like all the black folks, they knew because I was small, but I was mighty, and nobody really like fuck with me, like like they just really didn't.
Tiny but mighty.
You know what I'm saying? Because I would go head to head with all the other niggas too on 18. I'd tackle them. I'll do whatever. Malik, Walter Don, if you see this, shit, anybody, they know, and they knew Spencer was a bum too. They knew he was like clout chasing and just being like just a real like that white jock in the movies. Like he was like one of them, but he really scary as fuck. And so it's all building up. We go into the locker room at the end of the day, before the coaches aren't even here yet. Bro, I walk around the corner and bro tries to tackle me into a locker. Like I couldn't see him. Like soon as I cleared the corner, he tackled me. I fall into a locker. He bumps his head.
Perfect.
On the locker because I fell into a comfy locker full of coats and shit. Like there was nothing in there that hurt. And then he hit his head, and then I take him to the ground, and I just beat his head into the ground until the coaches came.
Somebody came to break it up.
I didn't get in trouble. I still didn't get in trouble. The coaches respected me enough, and they liked me because I was a good kid. I didn't do shit.
Right.
So they knew if I was doing this shit,
it was
valid. A valid crash out. They knew it was valid. They said we would send him to the office, no problem. White boy. But they were like, man, but if we do that to him, then we gotta do it to Poke. That was my name, man. Poke. But yeah, man, that was my valid crash out and fight in school, man. It was.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm proud of you.
It takes me a lot to get there.
I know.
But it was just pure nonsense. Like, he just open hand slapped me for no reason, just to talk to.
Because what is that about? The kids is crazy.
It's crazy, bro.
The kids is crazy.
Have you ever witnessed somebody else's crash out?
I come from a long line of crash outs, both sides, maternal and paternal. It's just, I didn't stand a chance.
Okay.
Yes. One time, I don't know if you remember, my college graduation, we was at the restaurant. What was that? Southwest.
Something like that.
They brought my granny food out last. You remember?
Oh, yeah.
They brought her food out last, and she was like, I guess I'm just not going to eat. And we were like, it's okay. She was hungry, though. She was hungry. It was a long day. She came all the way from out of state for this, you know. All of her kids was together, all but one. She was only missing, like, it was a whole thing for her. And then they took her plate back. Or she got her plate. The food was cold. Okay? So then they took the plate, they stuck it in the microwave, and they brought it back, and she could tell. So then she ate the waitress up. And then she just didn't eat. And then we had to reorder her. I think she just sat there.
Just looked at everybody?
Yeah.
Just checked out?
Mad. Cooking. Hot. Okay? A little sweat on her forehead. She was pissed. But I don't say nothing.
You didn't say?
Nope. And I was like, I did try. I was like, Grandma, you don't want to order? You want me to order you something else? She was like, no, so they can put the special sauce in my food. Oh. And I was like, special sauce? She said, yeah, you know they be spitting. And I was like, so you done showed out, and now you worried that somebody might want their retribution for how you done acted in these people's restaurant. Okay, bro. Okay. I don't say nothing. They be doing that.
Man, I watched this video earlier, and it's so crazy that we're recording this today because I literally saw this video like before we started recording this podcast, right? And I'm gonna play it out loud, for the folks. But this lady, literally, it was so funny because this lady got in her car and started having her own little mental crash down from work. I'll put the video.
Them work crash outs, ooh.
She had just got off work, bro.
Ooh.
And look at this. Hold on. I'm gonna show you, and then I'll probably show them on the screen.
I love working.
working. I love getting up at 6 a.m. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. I love getting up at 6 a.m. to drive to my job. My job. My job. My job. Oh my God, my job rocks. My job rocks. My coworkers, they rock. My boss, he rocks. My BCBA, he rocks. Oh my God, my life rocks. My life rocks. My life rocks. Kinda wanna hug her. Rocks. It rocks. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay. We need to pray for her.
We do need to pray for her in these trying times because we understand, especially right now, we're
I
about to
get
go
it.
through recession, so it's just gonna get even worse.
Oh.
Jesus, oh, Lord have mercy. We gotta pray for that lady, whatever her name is.
I understand.
She's just circling the internet right now, so somebody find that lady name, send her
circling
some
the
prayers.
internet and circling the drain.
Yes.
We need to pray for her. God damn.
No, yeah, that
We
shit was-
need to pray for her. I feel that though.
yeah, bro.
I feel that.
I feel it
And it
too.
ain't nothing like a work crash out. I got beef with an old lady at work. She is 2 weeks from retiring. I can't fucking wait. I had to tell her the other day, my favorite day at work is your off day. I can't keep going on like this. I really can't keep going on like this. You are stressing me more than the workload, girl.
Yeah, man, them work crash outs.
I can't because, you know, and then you really got to, it's the funniest thing about work crash outs is you have to do it on your free time. You can't do it at work. You could, but it ain't a good time to be jobless. So, like, you really got to hold that in. You got to go to the bathroom,
Yep.
fight the air a little bit, come back out, straighten your shirt.
Throw some water in your face. I
Come
like
back
throwing
out.
some water on my face.
And I be telling people, I stopped reacting a long time ago. I had to learn. But I be telling people, professionalism saved you today.
No,
The only thing saving you is the boards. The
And it
board of
doesn't-
trustees is
It-
keeping you together today.
right, and it doesn't even matter like what job you have.
No.
Like people say, like, okay, I mean, of course you want to do a job that makes you happy, makes you whatever,
but
but
a job is still a job.
exactly, like even recording the podcast, like sometimes we're like, oh, I don't fucking want to do this.
We filmed a
You know?
whole episode and did not film the sound.
Yeah. Oh. Okay.
That was a rough.
That was my fault. I did. So I definitely. So for the listeners, I did.
We filmed a whole episode.
I filmed the whole episode with 2 guests, and
We had great conversation.
I didn't hit record.
No sound. No sound.
That crash out was crazy.
That was rough.
I almost cried.
I was like, it's okay. It's okay.
And then we took like 3 shots.
And went on. Because
It was ridiculous. I listen, traumatized.
it'll never happen twice.
Yeah, for sure. Dead ass. So what does your crash out teach you about your boundaries? Whether, friendship, relationships, anything. Like, what is your...
Let me tell you, because of the type of crash out I am, I have to have firm boundaries. I will take it there to hell, and we ain't coming back. That's it. So, like, it's just real firm. I just feel like I have to make sure that before I get to that level, that I gave the other person ample opportunity and like a clear roadmap on what's what and what's not what. So if you cross it anyway, this is like implied consent that whatever happens next is on you. Right? Like if I say feed the dog, I expect him to be fed. I do. If I come here after a long day and this man is starving, we're gonna have a problem.
Well, he has a gravity feeder now.
He does. He don't have to worry about nothing. Theo lives a great life. He does. He's loved on. He's well taken care of. But that's my thing. Feed the boy. The boy's not fed. You're not fed. You're going to starve as long as he starved. And then maybe then you'll understand why it's important for a nigga to eat. But,
Shit, I don't even know when there's my boundaries necessarily. I mean, I have some. I can't think of any right now.
I got
but
more than you.
yeah,
My ship is tight.
yeah. I think I have more mental boundaries. Like I'm not gonna allow. I know when a crash out is building up. I know the steps to what it looks like for me to crash out, and I will allow my brain to lock off. I mean, it's probably a form of crash out, where you kind of just dissociate or you just kind of block it from your head before you add it on to the building blocks of your next crash out.
Okay.
If I see a block coming, I'm like, nope, nope, no Legos. Leave them Legos alone.
You're not building.
Do not build nothing. And so I think that's why it takes so long for me to actually get to a crash out. But
I also think that it's not to
go ahead.
bookmark it. I also just back to like it being self-care. You need to crash out. That needs to go somewhere.
No, for real.
So like sometimes I feel like we do need to pick our battles, but eat that nigga up today.
Yeah, but you can't crash out every day. That's
Not
the thing.
every day.
You can't crash out
Every
every
other
day on
day?
the day on every hour. You can't crash out that many times. You need to really set some more boundaries, or you need to quit that damn job if you crash out every day. I did that. I did that for my former employer. The crash outs was getting a little too
frequent.
and my other employees, my other friends and that, they understand. They understand. I still speak to them to this day. But no, yeah. I those are my boundaries. My boundaries are, I mean, of course, when it comes to people in relationships, I set the boundaries for like, okay, I can't take care of this today because I'm getting there, and I need you to check back next week before I crash out. So that's kind of some of my boundaries. But good. Hold on. I don't know how long we've been talking. 30 minutes? Okay, that's good timing. So I'm gonna do this one part about the audience submission, and then we can start callers, and I think we'll probably spend a little more time on those. Or you have some stuff?
I might.
Okay.
Bro, what's something in your adulthood that just make you want to flip a table? You just had enough. Because, you're not a young adult no more. You're a full-fledged adult now.
What's something in my adult life that
Give me, like,
want to
2.
flip a table? Damn. I was not prepared for that one.
You want me to give you a couple I got?
Yeah, let me ask you the question in it. Or no, you can keep the question. Go ahead.
How many times have we washed the dishes this week?
Oh, yeah.
That shit never stays empty.
Yeah, it's like a bottomless pit of
It's
dishes.
ridiculous. Okay. And then, like when you want to go out with your friends, right? Why everybody live all over the map?
Oh, I hate that,
We did not know
friends
how
spread out.
good we had it in college.
Being on college and people's like literally less than a mile away, like the whole friend group literally less than a mile away. And
okay.
now people are all over the place.
Over here, you 3 cities over there, you in the South, you coming from this way. Like, oh.
I went to Hoop earlier with a nigga that said he was from Midlothian. He's in a group chat of ours. So I don't really know the nigga.
Who is that?
I don't really know the nigga, but he watched the podcast. Shout out to Sully. That man said he drives from Midlothian. Do you know Midlothian?
That sound like if you say it 3 times, the furniture might start floating.
Anyways, it's a long drive. It's a long drive to come from Midlothian for everybody in Texas, bro, or in Dallas, DFW. Midlothian to Plano to Hoop for a couple hours is insane.
It's dedication.
To pay $9 and Hoop is insane.
He's dedicated.
Yeah, but it was so easy back in college because we were able to just go to the rec center that we all paid for with this however many $1,000 tuition included. Yes. And so we just pull up there whenever we wanted to. And now it's so hard to find a place to hoop nowadays.
I bet.
And so gas prices and gas travel. Ooh, travel. Make one flip a table.
No, the traffic. It's the way we all slow down for 2 birds kissing on the overpass. Like, shit pisses me off. I get up there and I be like, I know this ain't. I know. I can't. I'll be like, I need to invent teleportation tomorrow.
No, yeah.
Because this is ridiculous.
Travel in general. Like traveling, car, plane.
That road rage, I be fighting that road rage.
My crash outs from work become mostly from travel. Like everything else I can deal with, but when I have to travel, because I have to travel with such heavy gear and other shit, like it's never an easy, traveling it's just never easy, bro. And I hate doing that shit on those planes. And it instant crash out every time. Especially when I have back-to-back trips. Oh.
We were on our way back from North Carolina, and whoever was on the plane kept farting in this enclosed space. And I was sitting in the seat bacon at 350 about it. Cause
Mhm.
who is responsible? It was so trifling. I didn't know who was responsible, so I couldn't
And there was a
properly.
yeah, and there was a dude that was sitting next to us that we thought might have
He
been.
was quite sus. He was very sus. But I just didn't have it in me to be like, sir, are you blowing this bitch to
He,
pieces
he was a big
like
nigga.
this?
He was a big nigga.
And then like, why would y'all do that? I could look past the kids crying on the plane. But
Good,
farting on
good,
the plane is crazy.
yeah, good headphones,
What? I put them pods in.
baby.
Let Timmy do what he needs to do. He needs to get it off his
And
chest.
he can't
He's having
control
a
that. That's
moment.
just that he
He's a
doesn't know.
kid.
But you need to hold your goddamn bowels.
Your flatulence.
You need to hold your damn bowels. Take your shit to the bathroom.
Okay? Because I don't never sit
I don't
back there
think
anyway.
because I don't think we was on takeoff or we wasn't on takeoff.
No, we was dead ass in the air.
They could have got their ass
In
up.
the air. I was asleep and got a rude awakening.
I don't care if you was by the window. Get your ass up and go to that bathroom.
Get that off your chest. It's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous, bro. But no, that shit was crazy.
That
shit
was the last time I feel like I felt for real.
and I wanted to laugh, but
I was so upset.
I didn't want it to get in my mouth.
No, because what do? I had tucked my face in my shirt. I don't want to breathe that in.
That was insane, bro. That was an insane time, and it wasn't just one time. It was like
No,
six.
it was like, yes, back
was
to
like
back.
6.
Like, if you got a shit, go do that.
Yeah, man.
Please,
Ooh,
I'm
but shitting on the
begging.
plane.
That's really trifling, but I will take that over you blowing this bad boy every 20 minutes.
Nah, for sure. That's insane, man.
That old broom closet bathroom. I don't use the restroom on the plane if I can avoid it.
I do. Yeah, me neither. Like
It's
I
gotta
don't.
be
That's why I don't
bad.
never eat before going on. I literally eat as minimal as possible before I get on the plane. Eat and drink. I mean, I'll get up and pee on the plane.
It depends on what type of time
Different
I'm
for women
making.
than us, like, but I'll get up and drink. I'll drink some stuff, but still not doing too much.
It depends on what type of time we making. Like when we went to Cancun, no, because the family was playing, almost made us super duper late. Like no, okay, but when we went to North Carolina, yeah, 'cause I had time.
I'm still a nervous flyer anyway, so like I probably would be. I don't think I'd be like that gassy, but if I ate some shit, got a little nervous on the plane. Oh shit, I might be blowing that thing up a little bit too. Maybe once or twice, but I'm gonna get my ass up. I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
You one of them?
I'm gonna go to the bathroom. I'm like, ooh, I gotta get up because no, y'all ain't gonna know it's me. Now the people around and near the bathroom, I'm sorry to them. When that door open up and they come on, that shit release. Sorry.
That's horrible.
I'm
That's
sorry.
really
I hate
horrible.
to say it, but I had to go. It had to go. All right. Anyways, we got an audience submission. Shout out to this person who you'll find out once we read the prompt here, or not the prompt, but the topic, I should say.
Okay.
So, this one says, and I quote verbatim: "Literacy in America is so poor because we have nothing profound to say. Because how and why did I find a book called My Baby Daddy is a Bedbug, a hood urban sci-fi thriller? It's part of a Negro Goosebump series. My words, not theirs."
I'm gonna go look for that.
You
I'm gonna go look for that Negro Goosebumps.
I don't know. I think that
Now,
might be.
don't
I think
get me
that's just.
wrong.
I think that's just an analogy. I think it's just like they're just saying like it's.
Sci-fi. I'm a listen. I'm a come across it and I'll read it and I'll review it. But My Baby Daddy is a bed bug.
If anybody's read this book, please comment in a comment
And drop the link. I'm trying to support the author.
But no, bro.
I'm trying to support the author. Drop the link, please.
That's most chaotic. But what? But this shit. But the.
Go ahead.
But what does it have to do with literacy, like being poor in America? I don't know. I think I get that it's a chaotic book and it probably shouldn't be made, and it's quite off-putting with the baby dad being a bed bug. But how does that make literacy poor in America?
Literacy is poor in America because we have nothing profound to say. Like they said,
Oh, okay.
us talking about baby daddies being bed bugs. One, the call is coming from inside the house. If he was a bed bug now, he was a bed bug then, but that didn't stop you from making bed bug babies. So
You know what it sounds like? You know what the title sounds like? It sounds like a Maury show episode.
My baby daddy is a bed bug. Everybody welcome Lamika. Like, please.
Like Jerry Springer Maury show episode. That's what it sounds
Let's
like.
go to Lamika. She says her baby daddy is a bed bug. Lamika?
Nigga comes out in a roach costume. Or, well, a bed bug costume, but nobody knows the difference between a fucking
Nobody
bed bug and a
knows the
roach.
difference. It just need to be brown.
Oh, God. Don't nobody know what a bed bug actually look like. If you know what a bed bug actually look like, you need to clean your damn house.
Period.
But anyways.
Child, I don't have nothing profound to say. We used to be.
But that's our slogan, though. One of our slogans.
It is one of our slogans. You irritate me.
You make nonsense sound profound. So thank you to that audience, that listener submission. That was a good topic.
Child, I just feel like I have this obsession with the Library of Alexandria, right? One of the greatest collections of history, literature, all in one spot for the humans. And some bums came and burnt it down, right? And I just feel like it had such great works in it. And I feel like Shakespearean sonnets are great works. I'm all for the library. We have one here at the house. But my baby daddy is a bed bug.
I'll read it.
It's giving Cat in the Hat. My baby daddy is a bed bug.
But Cat in the Hat is a nice. That's a.
It's a nice
That's
book,
a
but you see
staple.
how it's low? The complexity is low.
Hey,
The
man,
reading level do not have to be high to read My Baby Daddy is a Bed
at
Bug.
least there's more black books out in the community.
My Baby Daddy is a Bed Bug?
At least there's more black books.
My Baby Daddy is a Bed Bug.
I'm gonna buy it for the kids.
I'm so glad they don't exist, child.
They'll understand that. They'll understand it's comedic.
My kids are going to be like, what's a baby dad? And why is he a bed bug? I'm
And then we have to explain it to them.
Yo daddy is a bed bug for buying you
That's.
this book. This is the history of his people.
I retract my statement. I retract my statement.
This is his family history. I'm just kidding.
Mm-hmm. Sure you
These
will.
are the jokes. Love y'all.
Whatever, man. We'll talk about this after the show. Anyways, guys. Now it's time to talk to our audience, talk to our listeners, man. It's time to get in the Wild Lines call.
Mm-hmm.
So let's get it.
Yo.
Yo, welcome to the Ivy Club podcast. It's your boy Frank Polk IV. I got Just with me.
Yellow.
Yeah, man.
What's up, player? What's up? How you been? You all right? You good?
We living. We made it.
We made it, huh? You had work today?
Yeah, we. Oh no, I do. I just got off, bro.
Okay. Well, listen, bro. Got some questions for you.
Shoot it.
All right, caller. What's your most dramatic crash out moment that you laugh at now?
This was one time, right? I was in college,
Mm-hmm.
and I work in this food kitchen. You know when someone tries to be the manager, but they're not the manager?
Hate that.
Yeah, I hate that shit. They try to manage everybody, but they ain't got no hierarchy for real.
No hierarchy, nothing. But they've been there for years, so it's the seniority thing. So I'm on the line and I'm trying to do my thing. It's during a rush. So tell me why they're trying to yell at me to try to move faster or get this, like, get the line clean, make sure you do this, make sure you do that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And to answer y'all's question, the crash out moment was just like, I said, fuck you, suck on my webbles.
You told your manager what?
I told my manager to suck on my dick, man.
Oh no, not
Was
the
your-
manager.
Okay, this is about this. Did you get fired? Did your manager?
If they let you go.
No, I
child.
didn't get fired.
You didn't get
I
fired.
stayed there for another 2 years.
That's a long time.
That's pretty
too.
crazy. Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
But then again, she wasn't the manager though.
Oh, she. So you told a woman.
Ah,
You told a woman to suck your dick.
Yeah.
But she wasn't the manager. It was too many chefs in the kitchen, the caller is saying.
I get that.
Yeah.
You know, and I hate that though. If they don't
You
pay
know.
you, you need to relax.
But no, I look back at it, it wasn't that much of a big deal.
You just couldn't in that
If
moment.
I could apologize, I would apologize, but would I really
Aw.
want to care to apologize?
No.
No, caller, fuck that bitch. She tried to micromanage you. That's all that mattered. You crashed out. It was valid. It's always valid.
I do believe
Yeah.
in crashing out on the micromanager. I
Now
do.
now you
Okay.
should have did it in the back. You shouldn't did it in her face. You should have told her to,
No,
you
I
could.
did it in front of the whole everybody. Everybody heard it.
Everybody heard it. That's crazy you didn't get fired. I would have fired you.
Would have let you
Yeah,
straight
yeah.
go.
Mm-hmm.
Man, say,
Put the spatula down.
Oh my
man.
goodness.
Turns out to all the other employments I had,
Mm-hmm.
boy, that was a piece of cake.
What's the most embarrassing thing that has ever happened to you in public?
Oh my God. One night I was drinking in the bar. Uh, I was solo dolo. Uh, you know, um, I go to the upper crust of Texas, right, North Texas.
Mm-hmm.
Hanging with them Frisco folk. Tell me why I wake up the next morning. I'm in a parking garage, throw up all on my feet. I done, I done messed up my favorite shirt. I done messed up my favorite pants. Just down bad, all down bad nine. And those are one of those drunk moments that sober me up to be like, I can't be drinking like this no more.
You was in a parking
Now I
garage?
talk about yes, I was in the parking lot, and guess what? I got back. I got back in my car. I went to a business I was doing at the time. They looked at me sideways, and I didn't know my full like presentation. So I was looking in the bathroom, went to the bathroom, and I was like, damn,
So you had work the next day?
dang,
So you went out
not
drink. You had drink.
necessarily.
Collar
You
had
went.
drinks, got up, and went to work. Are we right?
You know,
So
well, not
what happened? So
necessarily
how'd you?
work, man.
No, but it seemed like you have some
Collar.
fluidity. You still have some
I
fluidity
had
at
I
the.
had some business going on. I had some business going on.
Okay, bro. Anyways, so you never fixed. So you fixed your shirt. You got a new shirt, and cleaned
Oh no, I
yourself
had
up.
I had to throw all that away because the throw up was just on that
I'm
motherfucker.
saying, but you went to
Like
work like that, or
Pulled up to the
yeah,
business like
basically.
that?
I pulled up to the business like that, and this was one of them like young and dumb moments. And then too, I didn't even have my phone. My phone, I had to go back home to open my laptop to find my phone. It was in the bushes, like like completely different location from where I was. So I was toe up from the floor up.
Collar.
collar? What
Oh,
the hell,
collar.
bro? Nah, bro. You definitely need to put down that
Put
put
it down, collar, please.
put down that
I,
Jose Cuervo. Put down that Patron. Put
well,
down that.
I just found out about BC powder, so we know.
Collar, you didn't know
Caller,
about a BC powder?
caller. I'm not
I
gonna lie
don't
to
think
I
you.
that could save
did.
you.
Caller, I don't think a BC powder will stop you from getting drunk and throwing up in on a parking garage. And it don't. The BC powder is
It
gonna help
don't.
you in the hangover the next morning. Not what happened that night.
I know, I know,
Collar,
but
you're
I was foolish
hilarious.
back then.
Yeah.
I was foolish back then.
Like after throwing up and all that stuff, you'd have just woke up with no headache and ready to go. You know what I'm saying? But you already threw up on yourself. You can't. You gotta clean your. You gotta get that shit together.
Collar had a
No,
time though.
What's the most awkward first date moment you've had,
awkward first
or just
date.
the most awkward date you had in general?
No, I'm thinking, awkward. Let's see. All right, I got one. Actually, I got two. So it was one time. It was December, right? And the boy was kind of getting lonely. Uh, so I was hitting up on Tinder, and the next thing you know, I matched with a old girl. Old girl, we chatting up a little bit, and then I went out skating.
Mm.
Went out skating, left, went to kick it with some work friends for their birthday. But as soon as I got hit up, I was like, "Oh, we going down?" So guess what? Leave the party, leave the function, get dressed, get all my stuff doing well. Meet at the location. Next thing you know, we drinking, we having a good time, we chatting, And then it's by Hulu.
You said
Time
what?
to get into Hulu.
Hulu.
Time to get
Hulu
into
and do you.
Hulu.
Yeah, do you.
Oh no!
Yeah,
Not
we
Netflix and
about to get the,
chill. Hulu and do
no,
you.
no, yeah, Hulu and do you.
Netflix is getting
So,
expensive these days. I
It
understand.
is.
So,
man, taxes.
so what
So
made
go
that
ahead.
awkward? What made that awkward? What made that crazy? It's just only you had a good night.
So what made it a good night? What made it was a awkward night is that my my Johnson wasn't wanting to play fair, and next thing you know,
What you mean?
next thing you know, she had to change her bed sheets, and the nigga had to walk of shame.
Oh, I don't even want to. I actually, I wanna, I wanna digest this.
Caller,
I wanna dissect this up
caller.
and try to figure out what the fuck you mean.
I'm
But
scared.
I don't. I think I know what you mean, and I'm gonna leave it just at that.
Hey, that was the most embarrassing time because it was my first time type shit,
Oh,
and and
Now that makes more sense though.
yeah, it was my first time type shit, and that was the most, that was the coldest walk too, cause I had no shirt on,
oh.
my pants was pulled up, bro. I got into the car looking like, damn.
Hello.
Yo, welcome to the Ivy Club podcast. It's your boy Frank Polk IV, and I got just on the line with me.
Hey,
Hey.
what's your most dramatic crash out?
My most dramatic crash out. Um, and this is dramatic for me because I'm really calm and low key and I don't do all that. But this one day I was out in a club, um, and I was with, you know, whoever I was with at the time. And he decided to go to the bathroom and I realized it's taking this fool too long to get back. So I get up from the bar and I walk around and I see this fool holding hands with this chick that he used to talk to. And he grinning like he was star of the night. He is having such a good damn time. So I walk over there and I don't know, I just felt like Karate Kid. So I just kind of,
Not Jaden Smith.
I yeah, I hit their hands like I was chopping bricks. I chopped their hands apart, and both of them didn't know what to do. She didn't know whether to run. He didn't know whether to explain. But I looked around, and everybody is looking like, "Oh shit!" Like not her. Yeah, me. But
So what happened next?
nothing. She ran away, and he want to talk about it. Let's go, let's go. So yeah, that
Mm,
was a crash out for me. But um,
mm.
yeah, I
They got
can't.
off kind of light, caller. I don't know. I might have to give him the beat boop bop because who is this?
Oh, don't give him the beep boop bop. Okay, let me give you another one. I got another one. Same club.
The same club.
Same club.
You gotta stop going back here.
You gotta stop going
But
there.
go ahead.
It goes down in the hood. Same club. Ex-husband this time. And baby mamas. Well, them baby mamas,
They love their baby daddy.
they love their baby daddy, and she was pressing that night because just leave me out of it, right? I just love the kids, but I can't be too many bitches or whatever. So
Mm.
that night I was a lot of bitches and so I snapped. I I snapped. So I was chasing her around that same bar, but my sister-in-law was working at the bar, so she opens a little door and let her run in, and I can't get in. inside the little bar area. So I just started snatching people drinks out their hand and throwing them at her.
Damn.
Throwing them at all the drinks. The people in their hand, let me get that. Throwing them.
I'd be so
I'm throwing
devastated.
strikes. Oh man, you let her out of there. Let her out. Or these drinks coming in hot.
That's crazy. Who? So you must know. You know the owner of the bar then.
Yeah, I know the owner of the bar. He was real devastated. You know, after the dust clear, I had my husband go buy him some bottles to replace
That's crazy.
what I had wasted. But no, you don't get to be protected. You come out here and you get your wounds.
That's
That's how I
crazy.
felt.
Nah, that's real. I ain't gonna lie. That's real.
Mhm.
That's real.
Yeah.
I just find that so annoying. Cause if why are we writing checks that our hands can't cash?
You know, they do that. They got big
What is
talk.
all this talking for if you're not gonna
Big
get in the
talk.
field?
Big talk, no action. I think the wife trumps the baby mama when the baby mama be wilding. So she thought different, I guess. She thought she was gonna be saved. I let
Child.
her make it. I just went home and changed clothes and went to the second club and drug her there. Like
I'm
I
dead.
couldn't go to sleep until
Had to
I
get that
couldn't go to
off.
sleep. Yep. Take me to the next spot. No, he was like, no, no. Yes, I'm gonna put my tennis shoes on and you take me to the after hours. He took me and
Hmm.
I saw her and I saw black. I don't even know what happened. They said that her head was meeting the brick, but I don't even
Oh,
remember.
that's crazy. Carla, what you do
I
for
don't
work?
remember.
What you do for work? Because you obviously are a menace to the community when you crash out. So I'm curious about what you do at work because most people have workplace crash outs. And have you? What do you do? And have you crashed out at work
Oh, wow. I'm a teacher.
or after work?
I'm an educator. I educate the youth of America.
Okay.
Oh, shoot. Have I ever crashed out at work? I think I had my first crash out where it was just hard to remain professional like last week
Oh.
when a parent decided to call me colored.
Oh.
And then when I was just trying to, did you say colored? Like, I just want to know if that's exactly what I'm hearing. Yes, colored. Or would you rather me say bitch?
Oh.
And yeah, I think my blackness trumped my professionalism that day. Um,
What?
yeah, the principal had to come and get me on inside the building because I was ready to risk my license
Oh, I thought
for
you
the
were about to say you fought
cause.
that. Thought you were finna say you fought that lady.
I
So
wouldn't even be mad.
I was gonna
I
say
wouldn't
so.
even be mad.
I was gonna say so. You're a former teacher, but no, you didn't. You didn't. You didn't let it get the best of you. Okay, what happened when you got home? Or did you? Did you? You been? I know you thought about that shit all day. I just
I
know you
thought
had
about it
to.
all day. I was so mad even when I woke up the next day because she tried to, when the principals went out there, she tried to explain it like she was in Mexican culture. When
Hmm.
they're describing people that don't look like them, they say color. No, because I kept asking you, are you saying colored? Like
Like I asked
colored?
you to
Are you talking about me?
specify.
Yes. Yes, I'm talking about you. Yes, she was sassy.
You know,
So I was like, no, ma'am, not today, not today.
but
And I think, hmm,
they also it's funny you say that because in Mexican culture, I mean, they got a word for black, like negro. Like now, granted, that's still a little tiptoeing on the line too, but why
mhm,
why not say
mhm,
negro? Why do even if that
mhm.
say it's true that it's
I was
explained like
like, why
that?
are you calling me a color to my face though? And we both brown.
Yeah, you call it
We
too.
both brown.
We're
We
both
both
brown.
brown, right? And then she said that I was saying color, not colored. And then I said B, and I said, what was the B? Because the B was bitch. She didn't say B.
Hmm.
She flat out said bitch. And my principal said she said black. No, because they
And
say
then we gonna
negro.
lie.
No, because
Yes, I took Spanish 1 and 2. I know what the fuck she meant to say.
Spanish 1 and 2 is crazy because I did that too, but I can't speak a lick of that shit.
Let me.
I can't speak a lick of Spanish. I can't.
Mhm. No, nah, that day. So they could see red. So they didn't let me crash out too much, but I was ready to take my lanyard off
I'm glad you didn't do it.
Not take my
and get
lanyard
going.
off.
Take my lanyard off and get going in the playground cuz No, ma'am.
Oh, this is like
This is
the
on
youth.
campus.
This is youth. Like this is
Hmm.
young.
This
Like
is
this ain't high.
children.
You're not high school or middle school. You are elementary. Or,
No, I'm talking about a second grader's mom at dismissal
oh man.
with other parents. And she wasn't even in my class. Another teacher's kid that I
Hmm.
had to address, but she didn't like the way I addressed her student. Because her student can't do no wrong. My baby don't act like that. Blah blah. Yes, she do. From 7:30 to 4. Yes, she do.
That's crazy.
7:30 to 3. Yes, she do. So yeah, the parents will make you lose
That's
your license.
that's crazy. No, I'm
They will.
sorry. That's crazy. I'm glad you. I'm glad. Yeah, like I said, I'm glad
Glad
you.
you all right, big
I'm glad
dog.
you're still a teacher.
Yeah,
I'm
I
glad you're
got
still
it
teaching the youth.
together. I'm gonna finish the year strong.
For sure.
They better leave me alone.
Not the whole finish the year strong. You mean you gonna quit after this?
Now
No.
I got about 6 weeks, and a career
Oh, to
change
summer.
is yeah, 6 weeks to summer. But a career change don't look too bad when I have to start, addressing parents
Mm,
like that.
Mm-hmm.
right.
It get tough. You got to know when it's time to go, because next time it won't be that.
For sure.
People are getting too comfortable these days.
Yeah,
I
I
agree.
agree.
Mhm.
Okay. What's the most toxic thing you've ever done in a relationship?
Lord Jesus. Um,
Don't talk and call them now.
because I didn't call him in. Let me see. Most toxic thing I ever did. I'm not toxic. Anything I ever did, them niggas deserve. Let me
Okay. Well,
see.
what did they deserve?
Um,
What did you do that they deserve?
oh my goodness. Let me see. They deserve me being outside that house, listening in at the door. They deserve me using my little pocket knife to pick that lock.
Oh
They
my.
deserve me to walk right in and catch niggas in action. Like, what is she doing over? You told me you was asleep. You ain't answering the phone. No, when they try to play you, they deserve whatever come next. They deserve all that.
That's
It
insane.
is something about somebody trying to really insult your intelligence.
Mhm.
That'll just
And I
do
can't.
something to you.
A
Ooh,
teacher that can
that
pick a
burns
lock.
me up. A teacher that can pick a lot, multi-purposeful. Okay, call me. I'll pop your lock. I'll pop your collar. Split your wig. All that.
I'm dead.
all
Yeah.
that. All that.
Multifaceted teacher.
Okay. Okay.
Utility teacher.
Okay. I'm her.
That's hilarious.
I
That
am her.
She is me.
Yes. But that's it. I can't stand for somebody to try to play me like I'm dumb. Like, that's the most insulting. Do you
mm,
know who I am? Like, do you know?
All
But
right.
if you don't, I gotta show you that you can't do this better than me. You're not smarter than me. You're actually really dumb. And
mm-hmm.
I'll show you how easy this is.
Right. No,
Yeah.
that's facts. That's facts.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's it.
that's valid toxicity
I'm
right
gonna
there.
leave you alone, caller.
Valid crash outs and valid
Valid crash out. Because
toxicity.
what was you
Okay.
lying
Okay.
first for?
Call your girl if you need to bust in on something. Call your girl.
All right, I got one more for you, Miss
Okay.
Teacher.
Bust in on something that's crazy.
Bust in on it.
What's the worst excuse you've used to get out of work?
Oh, um, I, I'm gonna be there because I need my money on. I
Mm.
need all my coins. I
And
need all my crayons and colored pencils. Teachers don't get paid that
you also need to
much.
shape the minds of our young folk.
I do.
FTK.
I do. Okay. Sometimes. But no, I'm gonna go to work, okay? But I remember sending my principal, she was real cool. We have a good relationship, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I sent my principal two things. One day I sent her a text that said my car won't start. And she was like, "What's wrong with it?" I said, "I ain't in it." I ain't in it. I ain't coming. And then one other time,
I ain't in it, girl. I would be like,
Get your ass in that car.
I'm
Come get your
gonna be late.
ass from that
I'm
car.
gonna be late. Oh
Can't
my
find no sub
God.
at this time. Get your ass in that car.
she said, I
Uh-uh.
ain't in it is crazy.
It
And
ain't running because I ain't in it. This
It's
I ain't
7:15 and you playing.
like
coming.
how you and
No.
how the teachers even find like if you don't want if you just call out today
You
like
just decide you just not doing it
they
today.
just have like a PE coach come like teach.
Split your class up.
That's
They
crazy.
gotta split the class up. You gotta call in. Well, you have to put it in the system by like 6:30.
That's
So
crazy.
if it's 6:31, you can't put in for a sub. So you gotta split the class. The good thing about that is the other teachers get sub pay when they have to,
Mm.
take
Oh,
your
that's
class.
good.
But imagine having 21 of your badass kids and then 12 more of somebody else's badass kids. The day is ruined.
Girl, I
Dead
would
You
be
might
ass.
as well
fired.
get
I'm gonna
them
have to
color
pull
sheets
me
after that.
something, pull me a little Sutter home bottle
As
out,
as the teacher has to split the class, I have to come pick
put it
your
in
ass
my
up.
Stanley. No, I'm coming to grab you.
I'm
Don't
going to
worry.
grab you. Don't find. I'm gonna find out where you live in the
Don't
system.
worry. Leave the kids in the
Come to
gym. I'm
your
coming to
house.
grab you.
So why didn't you get in the car that morning? What was the reason?
I didn't want to go. I didn't want to go. I went. I just had to play with her sometime, but I
Oh, okay.
went.
Keep her on
I
the
got in
toes
there.
Keep on up.
I got in
Let
there
her know I'm always
and went
1 foot
on.
out, 1 foot in,
at
huh?
all times.
At all.
Yes. And I made it. I was a few minutes late, but then she can't understand that either because I really live 5 minutes away from the school.
So you really can't even. So really, you can't even talk about car troubles because you can make it
You
there.
low-key could
You can make
put
it there
your
no
Pat
Yeah,
matter
and
what.
Turner together and get the
I
stepping.
can get my steps in and get there before 7:30. But
You,
look,
you get your Martha Selma.
okay, I think you just need to mind your business at that point. Like you don't need to know my address. You don't need to know that I'm down the street.
Right.
Just I'm gonna be late. I'm gonna be late.
I'm dead. Because that's really a mess, caller. How you live 5 minutes away?
Hey,
You really
that's
taking it
why.
to the last second.
Right.
That's why. Cause you live 5 minutes away. You think you got? I'll get there. I can get there in 5 minutes.
No, that's real. I see why you
You
take your ass
know?
to work for sure. Because if you live that close,
Yeah.
I'm gonna take my
I
ass to
might
work
as
then.
well.
Like
It ain't gonna take
Mhm.
me nothing to get there. Take me
no
nothing to get home.
traffic, no nothing.
No traffic.
No,
Oh,
none of that. It's one light. One light in the school zone.
one light is
One light in the school
crazy.
zone is
I couldn't
crazy.
imagine being that close to work.
I think I wouldn't like it though, low key,
Nah, because they can call you in whenever they want to.
because they know you one light in
Mhm.
the school zone away.
Yeah.
School zone
Mhm.
depending on
That's
what time
why.
you pull up.
That's why you be an A+ employee, right? So whenever you have those moments where, you know what, I'm gonna be 15 minutes late today,
Mm.
then they can't say nothing because you're an A+ employee. You gonna come through. You gonna you gonna pick a lock. You gonna peel they top.
Not at the school.
You can't peel a top at the school, caller. That's
I mean, you
crazy.
gon' I'm just saying, you gonna come through in the clutch all the time she needs you. So if you like send her a picture and you say the tree fell on my car and it's a real little leaf branch, then all she could do is be like, all right, you're right. I'll see you in 15 minutes.
I'm dead.
Uh, I'm so dead.
What's up?
Yo, it's the Ivy Club podcast. It's your boy Frank Polk IV, and I got my girl just with me.
Yellow.
Hey y'all.
What's up? How you been? You alright?
Oh yeah, I'm watching Leave the World Behind. So and doing homework kinda.
Kinda.
Doing homework. Okay, for sure, for sure. Get that
Hmm.
education. I understand.
You know, I'm just trying to be like your girl.
What's your most dramatic crash out?
Ooh.
It'd be the
It'd be the exhausted processing noises.
Growing up, there was this growing up, like, you know how your your family will tell you about like the Santa Claus and the Tooth Fairy
Mhm.
and everything. Man, okay. I can't remember what birthday. I can't remember how old I was. I think I might have been like 10, maybe.
Mhm.
Maybe. And I still had faith in the Tooth Fairy at least, minimum. I knew Santa Claus was, look, I heard my dad get up in the middle of the night to give me those gifts. But Tooth Fairy, she was my girl. She was my girl for real. One day, I go into my parents' bedroom and I I'm being nosy and like I look in one of their vases and I see my old teeth at the bottom.
In
And
the
I'm like, what
in
is
the
this?
vase?
And they're like, those are your teeth, duh. And I'm like, what do you mean these are my teeth? Like the tooth fairy is supposed to have these. What's the deal? What's happening here? Tell
What
me the
is the
truth.
deal?
And they're like, well, you know, you know how we told you that the Santa Claus wasn't real, and we've been your tooth fairy this whole time. When I say I was so devastated, I mean
Devastated.
I was crying. I was so angry at them. I don't think I talked to them for like a whole week.
Damn.
The fact that they kept your teeth all this time, though,
It's disgusting.
They
Partially.
kept
they
it in
ain't
like the
get rid of the
bottom of one of my
evidence.
mom's vases. I think I only had like
They
one
was
more
gonna do
tooth
a
left,
ritual on you,
or I
child.
got rid of the
Make it
last
make
one,
a voodoo doll
They
out of
was
it.
gonna do
and
a whole ritual
they
on caller, real bad.
yeah.
Act like you don't want to
So
clean that
I
room
didn't
if
talk
you
to them
want
for a
to.
whole week, and like I gave them short answers. I had stayed up all night crying. Like the next day, like my eyes
Oh,
were puffy. Like I
devastated.
was so betrayed.
I thought you were gonna say you like broke the vase or some shit. Like threw the
Threw it
vase
on the
across the
floor.
room.
No, they would have laid hands on me for sure. So I I just decided to hold my words for the week. Honestly, I might have given them a vacation on accident, but yeah.
Caller, have you had a scandalous workplace romance?
Scandalous. Oh wait, yes I do. Damn. Okay, so I was working. I'm sorry. I was working my part-time job, and at that time, like I was just hopping different departments of like, oh, I could go do X, Y, and Z, and so I was doing this X, Y, and Z thing, and you meet new people every day because it was such a big spot I was working at. So I'm part of this specific patrol, and this dude comes and he's driving the car and he's showing me around of like what I'm supposed to be doing, where I'm supposed to be at. And it's like cool, fun chemistry. Like we good. Okay, cool. You ain't bad looking, but also it was dark out and I was more focused on the job. Like I'm not focused on hunching. I just want to know what my job's supposed to be. So we um, we exchanged numbers or whatever because he's like, you're gonna be out here alone, and sometimes these folks get turned up on you, so just call us, call me, and I'll like rush over here. So I'm like, cool. So for a few days, I think this is about a week, we're texting, and I didn't see. I'm not thinking nothing of it. It's some flirting here and there, but I be's a flirt. I've accepted that.
I
I'm
be
just
he's
a
a
flirt.
flirt.
So
I
I
be easy
don't I
flirt.
don't read too deeply into it.
Mm.
This one night in particular, this one night in particular, he works two jobs, like the job that we both worked at, and then this other job. And so
Hmm.
he was going to sleep, and he was like, "Hey, excuse me." He was like, "Hey, I'll text you whenever I wake up. My wife just got home."
Excuse me.
What
Pardon.
did he just say?
I beg your finest pardon.
What, bro?
What do you? When I say I sat up, I closed my messages, and I reopened that back up. I said,
Because
"Ain't no way, ain't no way," because I had also seen before this how he had how someone that you are flirting with or whatever, or you're kind of semi interested in, to open up their phone and like you be watching the corner of your eye. You be a little
hmm
nosy. I be a little nosy. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so I had seen him open up a snap message from a girl because like it had some heart to or whatever by it, and I was like, okay, he talked to multiple people. Like he clearly single. He clearly
Mm-hmm.
single. Hmm. And
Mm-mm.
is not. So apparently the man had a wife.
Yeah, he a
And I
bitch.
said,
in real time.
real actively. Just got home from work apparently.
I'm gagged.
And
That was not.
he's
I didn't
like,
think you was gonna say that, caller.
hmm,
I didn't think you was gonna say that. I'm gagged.
yeah. I didn't think he was gonna say that either. So he goes to sleep, and I'm like, I text him back, and I said, "What do you mean, wife? What do you mean by that?
You should have called. You
Because
should have
there's
called. You
no
should have
way
kept
you're in
calling.
my phone texting me all throughout this week talking about you can bring me food to my job, you can you want to take me out soon, X, Y, and Z, and your wife just got home.
And your wife
Okay,
just got home.
You should have kept
I
calling.
would have
You should
called. I
just
would have
kept just
called and be
called the
like, "Put
phone
your
over and
wife
over
on the
again.
phone."
No, like, and
I
he don't
would have
answer.
at 3 a.m.
Hmm.
I would have started
no,
calling.
because I need evidence. I need proof. I need to see. I need to reread what's happening because
Okay.
there's no way.
What was it? What proof do you need? That nigga said his wife
He
is here.
said in the fine print, his
That's
wife is
proof
here.
enough.
His wife. But also, if he were to come back and be like, "No, I wasn't talking to her," sir, you were. You were definitely talking to me. Here's the screenshots. Here's the proof.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Yeah.
men will lie. Just like how that man did say he had a wife until he was going to bed. Okay. So I text him back and I'm like, "What's the deal? What's happening?"
Okay.
And I can't remember exactly, but like I had gotten some text messages back, and it wasn't the same way he used to text.
It was the wife, child.
It was the wife. It was definitely the wife. So a few hours later, so the text messages stopped, right? And then a few hours
Damn.
later, he hits me back up and he was like, "Hey, I'm up now," and I'm like, "Okay, it was great talking to you, but I'm out of here. I'll see you
I'm
around."
not interested.
But no, absolutely not. He was like, "What's wrong? What's the problem?" Huh?
What's the
What do
problem?
you mean? What do you mean? What's up? What's wrong? What's the problem? I'm like, you literally have a wife. Like
Right.
you literally have a wife. How
Your
many kids
whole
do you have?
ass
Actually,
married. A
let's
family,
go ahead
most
and
likely.
see what the real deal is.
That's crazy as fuck. That's
This man
wild.
said he had a wife and he had 4 kids by 3 different women.
I could tell the number was gonna go over two, based on your
Mm-hmm.
I
pause.
just knew you were gonna say two. But 4 by 3
No.
different is crazy.
Four
Yeah.
by four by
Yeah.
three.
The
Um.
4 by 4 by 3.
And he really did not like at that time. He was like, I don't understand what the problem is. Okay. I need
That
you to seriously get the fuck away from me. Because
Dead
what do you
ass.
that's when
think
I
this
walk
is? You
in
have
with
a
the
wife,
ruler.
bro. And he was never wearing a ring. He was never
Oh,
wearing a
he's
ring.
a premeditated trifling man.
Like, okay, so you clearly do this often.
You do this
You've,
often.
yeah. So that was my workplace little
And you
thing.
never saw a picture of nothing. You never saw a picture of anybody or anything. Like, you just
No, I think he had like a sports team as his cover on his phone or whatever, because I'd be side eyeing. But no, he didn't have anything. He worked 2 jobs. With how he told me his schedule was, I was like, there's no way you have
That you anybody,
anything at home
let
for
alone
sure.
free time,
because, like,
But you
right?
even
got,
if he was saying, like, to keep you at a distance, so, like, y'all don't think of nothing, like, think anything further between y'all. I don't feel like no one would say wife. I don't feel like no one would say wife, because that's just instantly, like, turn off, cut off. He would say, like, something else. I don't know, but hey, man, it's got to be true. I ain't gonna lie.
for him to say wife, like, oh, oh,
Nah, that's crazy.
yeah. So
That's insanity. Josh, you got a question? Any
Mm-mm.
the next question? I don't even know what I'll be asked.
Because that one took me aback.
don't trust security guards, man.
That
Don't
one took
trust them.
me to the back.
Mm.
I'm thinking, okay, maybe they are on the premises type scandalous couple. I didn't know he was going to live a double life.
Hmm.
That was wild.
Because at this point, it's like you must have another workplace girlfriend. Like you
No,
have
you
to,
were
At the second
definitely,
job.
at the other
yeah,
spot.
like you have to. You have to
For
have
sure.
created some families along the way.
All right, caller.
Thank
That's
you,
it, man.
caller.
Appreciate you jumping on.
Of course. All right, y'all. Please be safe. Love y'all. I'm gonna fuck with you.
All right, we love you
Fuck with
too.
you too,
Keep
caller. You know we lay you down.
tuning in every Wednesday. All right, guys, that's the end of episode 9 of the Avid Club podcast. Me and Just had some fun with y'all, and we had some wild calls. Remember, go rate the pod, man. Go rate the pod, so we can make more of these, so we can make them funner and, you know, make them better.
5 stars.
Yeah, go rate it 5 stars for us, and you know, comment, talk with your folks. What you say? Talk with us. We
Talk
talk
to
about.
us because we talk back.
That's it. Catch us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, and you know,
Like, subscribe, share, all of that.
tune in every Wednesday and join us in the conversation. And go find our Wild Lines link in the bio.
Our subscriber audience segments, the little topics.
Yeah,
got
submit
something you
submit your
want
audience
to talk
submissions like we
about?
did earlier. So all that is in that bio link. All right, man. See y'all next time.